Frank Holder here, Humor Mill TV. You are on the set of Soul Man with one of the executive producers of Soul Man, Mr. Eric Rhone. It's Rhone, right?
It is. How you doing, Frank? What's going on?
I'm doing all right. First question I want to ask you is, can you explain to the audience out there how the Soul Man came about and what your position was to trying to move this whole show forward as being a spinoff of Hot in Cleveland?
Yeah, and that's how it came together. Cedric did a character on Hot in Cleveland where he played a minister, and Betty White was getting married on that episode, and so we took that character and spent it off to this show, The Soul Man. And the show is created by Cedric the Entertainer and Suzanne Martin, who created Hot in Cleveland. So we've been having a lot of fun, got with TV Land, they wrote a great script, and here we are.
Well, what people don't know is you do a lot of business behind the scenes with Cedric the Entertainer. You basically are the right hand of that whole brand, Bird and the Bear. Can you explain to people out there what your job duties would be from day to day, and I mean just how everything is coming together with this everything, the whole brand?
Well, I generally negotiate all of our deals. As an executive producer of this show and all the TV shows we had in the past, whether it's at Fox or ABC, also the executive producer of all of our movies. So the movies we've done, all the Kings of Comedy stuff, I negotiated that deal for all the Kings of Comedy when we did that movie. So for Ced's operation, he's got a big team. He's got publicists, agents, he's got all types of folks all around him. So my job really is just to quarterback and kind of manage all of those functions to make sure the Ced is taken care of properly.
Is there anything that brand, the Cedric Entertainer brand, probably is looking forward to doing more family-oriented stuff? Is there anything that you can see in the near future of plans of Bird and the Bear?
Well, absolutely. I mean, Ced's whole brand, and Ced's a very likable person. He always represents the family. He always represents a good, strong core of values and outlook. So his upcoming future will definitely feature a lot of more family oriented stuff, as well as some risky things that Ced likes to do. Ced's the entertainer, so Ced dances, he jokes, sings, writes, produces. He's really the all-around entertainer. So in the future, look out for Ced doing a lot of more family stuff. Look out for this show on TV Land, Wednesday nights, 9 p.m. Central, and we're having a ball over here.
Well, you just opened up the door to the next question, which would be, Ced is also been hosting this stuff for years. Now he's hosting the Soul Train Awards. Can you explain about how all that came about?
Well, the Soul Train Awards came about. This is actually our second year hosting. Ced hosted last year. We did a big show in Atlanta. It was one of their highest rated shows on Cedric, which is owned by BET. This year, we're going to be hosting the Soul Train Awards in Las Vegas, November 8th, 9th, and 10th. Whole Centric weekend. Ced's hosting, Bird Bear's producing the Soul Train Awards. So we're having a great time with that. That deal came about through our relationship with Paxton Baker, who's the CEO of Centric. We've known Paxton for a long time. He approached us about hosting the Soul Train. We thought it fit our brand. We're old school, we get it, and so we want to definitely take that brand, have a bigger impact, not just for Soul Train, not just for Centric, but also for Cedric, so he can demonstrate his hosting ability. So we'll be in Las Vegas this year with Centric, November 8th, Soul Train Awards. Bird Bear is going to be big.
What are you guys going to do about now that the man himself, Don Cornelius, passed? Is there any type of different spin you guys are going to put on it, or anything that you can tell the audience out there?
Yeah, well, no doubt about it. Don Cornelius is the godfather of music as it relates to television. He was before his time. He was the biggest syndicated show back in the day, African-American show in history. He definitely put a lot of people on when you really couldn't find our acts, our music, our culture on TV. Don broke that barrier, put everybody on. So we're going to definitely do a special, I'm sure, a tribute to Don in this year's Soul Train. And we need more Dons out there. Bob Johnson with BET, a lot of folks, TV Land, Humor Mill, you all are breaking the barriers. You all are path blazers, trailblazers. So we need more of that from African Americans. Just getting out here, do it. We can do it. Let's just go do it.
Now, speaking of African Americans, before we go, we want to ask you, for people who are out there who have no idea what goes on behind the set and they don't understand what's going on behind the shows, can you explain to them about the opportunity there is for African Americans, not just necessarily being the star, but what there is other opportunities for writing and, explain to the audience.
I mean, you have writing, you have directing, you have a whole technical support, whether it's camera operators, mixers. You also have crafts that are, whether you're a painter, whether you are a construction person. I mean, when you look around and set, it takes a lot of people to bring this kind of set and this kind of program together. So definitely there's a lot of scenes, there's a lot of opportunities behind the scenes. A lot of times people, we want to be the star, we want to be the person out front, but there's just as lucrative opportunities behind the scenes. And I think we definitely need to explore more of that, talk about more of that, of how we can operate behind the scenes and have very successful careers.
Well, thank you for taking up the time. How can we find out what's going on with Bert and the Bear, with you, Soul Man, anything else?
But definitely go to tvland.com. It has our schedule up there. It has a lot of promos. Go to Humor Mill. I know that you'll be doing your thing for us as well. Go to saidentertainer.com. Check out everything Said's doing. And, let's rock it, man. Let's do it. And congratulations to you too, bro.
Thank you for taking up the time.